All right, moving right along. Now that we're done with Zemnu, we're going to go ahead and go back and finish It, the Living Colossus. Now, if you guys don't remember, God, a couple months back now, we read a couple of comic books featuring It, the Living Colossus. You see this giant freaking monstrosity here. How do you explain It, the Living Colossus? It's a giant stone statue in the shape of a human being, and it was brought to life by the power of alien technology. Or alien mysticism. I don't know. You can go back and watch those episodes if you want. They're weird, crazy. Anyway, he went on a rampage. He ended up destroying communist Russia. It was this great allegory, the liberator of the people, all that kind of jazz. Then, in the sequel, he went on a rampage in Los Angeles and destroyed Hollywood. And there was a second Living Colossus, and they kind of had a fight. But now he has his own solo series, Astonishing Tales, featuring It, the Living Colossus, and we are going to be reading all 4 issues. Now, this story, it's 4 issues long. It makes some changes. The original origin has been changed in some capacity, to my understanding. It's no longer aliens controlling him. Now it's... Watch this. Watch out, world. The Colossus lives again. Apparently, he's greater than Godzilla, mightier than King Kong, the start of the most sense-shattering series of them all. And then what is the secret link between a man in a wheelchair and the world-devouring monster? As you can see, this man here, this wheelchair-bound Professor X wannabe, is unconscious. And the giant living Colossus happens to be going on a rampage. Is he wearing underwear? He is wearing underwear. Wow. Anyway, so that's, you can probably make an educated guess as to what that means. But yeah, they're linked. They're connected psychically, in a way. Anyway, new and sensational from the mind-shattering Marvel. Let's get into it. Stan Lee presents It, the Colossus Lives Again. Look at these films taken of the Colossus when he attacked Los Angeles a few months back. See, I told you, he crushed Hollywood. Look at his unbelievable power. Look at him snap that building from its foundation like it was a pretzel. Yeah, it was alright. It was good. I like the second one better than the first one. But this is probably going to be the best one of them all. Return to the most thrilling days in monsterdom. The days when giants walk the earth. With those bent-fin boomer boys? Bent-fin boomer boys. What? Who is... Whatever, moving on. It's hard to imagine a thing that big actually flying, but it did. It really did. If you go watch episode 2, in the sequel, he flies. He does fly, and he really does. He's like knocking jets out of the sky. It's so ridiculous. It's tasty Silver Age Marvel cheese. It's incredible, but true. All true. Because we're living in an age when the impossible happens daily, as is the case in the Marvel Universe. So who's going to watch Dorian Delazny's great science fiction series, The Star-Lords? When there are things like that walking around, the Star-Lords. Speaking of Star-Lord, I found Star-Lord's first issue, like his origin story, in a black and white episode of Marvel Premiere. Let me know if you guys want me to read that. I don't know. I don't know if you guys are big fans of Star-Lord or Guardians of the Galaxy or any of that kind of junk. Look at it out there. That's where we defeated the aliens that controlled it. That's where it stays because it's too darn big to move. I almost wish Bob hadn't tricked the aliens into entering the booby trap monster we built. Yeah, that was the thing. They built another Colossus to fight him, but it turned out to be a trick. The aliens end up like entering the larger Colossus so that they can get the upper hand, but then when they enter the large Colossus, they just blow it up, leaving this Colossus just sitting there. Do you know what Star-Lord's costs me? And its ratings make my mother the car look like a runway success, and you know why? Because fantasy has no place in a world full of monsters and superheroes. What? You didn't call us here to say you're giving up, Mr. Delans. Delasny, you want to fight the ratings? Well, so do I, and I've got the weapon. What is it? You're the best special effects man in Hollywood, O'Brien. If anyone can save Star-Lords, it's you. Let's see what you have, Bob. You won't be disappointed, boss. Why, it's just more of the footage of the Colossus. What's the meaning of, hey, wait a minute. The monster never made it to Washington. Those are the fighters from the Star-Lord's mothership. The Intrepid, what are they doing here? It's a new kind of special effects I've developed, similar to those used in King Kong, but more advanced. It's amazing. I'd swear from the films were from real life. You're a genius, Bob. So he green screened it? He chroma keyed that shit? You've sold me, Bob. Star-Lords gets the go-ahead for a second season, and you get star billing. Right after your fiancée and my beautiful leading lady Diane Cummings. Thank you, my lord. Oh, wait a minute. Grant Marshall isn't going to share billings with a mere technician. So we hear from the man whose temperament has cost us 3 good directors. Listen, Marshall, I own the series and you'll do whatever I say or else. You can't threaten me. My contract says that you can't fire me. But I can see to it that the Intrepid engines get more lines than you. Think on it, Marshall. Oh, that's a serious threat. In the world of Hollywood, that is a serious threat. This is your doing, O'Brien. I'm warning you, stay out of my way or I'll ruin you in television. And that goes for you too, Miss Cummings. You ever threaten her again, Marshall, and I'll rearrange your profile. Are they together? I'm scared, Bob. Grant can be very vindictive. Don't be worried, honey. The only time Marshall ever fought was to get a star on his dressing room door. It'll be alright. But then, in the afternoon, he does some fucked up shit, I bet. I'm not going to let him steal the limelight. A few accidents ought to scare Mr. O'Brien away. Oh, this is going to be bad. What does any of this have to do with the Colossus, goddammit? This ought to do the job. Look out! Some equipment's falling from the ceiling! Diane, get out of the way! And then Bob gets the... Oh, he gets the kawump. Oof. I had a kawump once. My back wasn't right for days after that. He pushed me out of the way. Somebody, get an ambulance on the double! He looks really hurt. I didn't mean for it to hit him, but maybe it's for the best. Nobody saw me up here. I can get away. They'll never know it was me, except that you're talking about it out loud. You're lucky, Mr. O'Brien. We saved your life, but you'll never walk again. I'm sorry. Got it. That's the connection. He gets the Colossus. Oh no, Bob. Don't cry, Diane. Yeah, I guess. I mean, you're crippled, but if you want to be all stoic about it, you know, whatever. This doesn't change anything, darling. I still love you, and I still want to get married. Oh, she likes him. He can't even work. She likes him. Why, Diane? So you can spend the rest of your life married to a cripple? So I can have someone to pity me? I'm afraid I don't need that. Oh, I don't want it and don't need it. Bob, you can't mean that. But I do, Miss Cummings. Please leave now. God, if I had a dime for every time I've said that. Oh my God. He's doing this. It's fine. It's the drama breakup, you know? They'll get back together like in the next issue or whatever. But if that's what you want. That's right, darling. Walk away from me. Because I love you too much to tie you down to a man who can't walk. You idiot. That was your one chance. Life goes on for Bob O'Brien. He returns to the studio and works, trying to forget the girl he loves, the girl who stars in the series he works on. And the greatest irony lies outside his window, the powerful form of Colossus. Why must you taunt me with your powers, Colossus? If I had a fraction of your strength, I could... What's the use? I can never go back to Diane. I can't let her marry a man as helpless as I. Star-Lord's ratings increase, but the man responsible stays aloof from his fellows, preferring to work alone far into the night until... What are those men doing down there at this time of night? Good Lord. They're stealing the Colossus. How? How are they stealing the Colossus? Explain. How are they doing that? They can't steal it. It's a symbol of what man can do against the greatest odds. Of the only time in my life I was a hero. They can't take it. Who can say what triggers the miracle that happens next? For Bob suddenly slumps over. His mind leaves his body and enters the Colossus. Explain! Explain! How? Part 2 of It, the Living Colossus. Oh, he's gonna give those thieves what for, I tell you. I hope they explain what. I hope it's not just like that. I don't know how it's possible, but I'm in the body of the statue and the Colossus lives again. Yes, it's alive! Run! Call the professor, the statue is moving! Okay, rest easy, gang. We'll be getting a detailed explanation. Thank you. Thank you, Roy, Tony, and Dick. Thank you so much. Oh. You guys don't understand how much that means to me. Okay. Alright, moving on. This is crazy. I don't even know who these guys are or what they really want. But anybody who can heist a 100-foot high statue is too dangerous to take any chances with. So I'll crush them. I'll crush them in my giant stone hands until they're nothing more than bloody pulp. That's a decision I can make now that I'm a 100-foot tall Colossus. I gotta hand it to you, Dr. Volt. You suspected something like this would happen, and you were ready for it. Really? How did you suspect that? Explain. Of course I was prepared. I leave nothing to fate. And that, my friends, is why no man or monster can long resist the power of the supreme intellect. It's some kind of nerve gas. It's already making me groggy. I can't seem to stay awake. Dr. Volt! Holy cow, that guy Volts is some kind of nut. He thinks he's Dr. Doom or something. Not clearly, no. Not clearly Doom. He doesn't measure up to half of... You know what? Okay, for the sake of this story, we'll put him on the same level as Dr. Doom. Sure, why not? Maybe, but are you going to argue with a guy who just took on a thing 20 times his size and won? That's good. That's a fucking good point, guys. And what of the brain behind that thing? I blew it. I had every chance to save the statue when I blew it. I was right to leave, Diane. I'm too blasted helpless. That's also a good point, dude. How'd you fuck that up? Nothing can save the Colossus now. No, I wouldn't let those characters win. I'm still a man, blast it, even if I can't walk. Okay, all right, you know what? I'm digging it. I'm digging it now. I'm in it. I'm in this for the ride. I'm gonna do all 4 issues. Let's do it. I was able to transfer my mind to the Colossus body once. Maybe I can do it again. I've got to concentrate. But even as Bob strains his mind to the utmost, the object of his concern has been taken to a hidden oceanic cove nearby. I don't understand, Doctor. If you are indeed dying slowly from a rare disease, why waste your time stealing stone monstrosities? Well, I'm afraid you'll always be somebody's flunky, my dear Braun. You don't have the aptitude for true genius. I need a new body to replace this frail mortal form. And what better body to house my mind than that of the Colossus? What? How could you control a body 100 feet tall? Ah, but that's the beauty of my master plan, Braun. These are matter condensing rays bombarding the Colossus. They'll shrink the creature to a mere 8 feet tall, and it will still be the most powerful thing on Earth. So that's your dream, Dr. Volt. A dream of power. Well, my dreams are more mundane, and when the opportunity presents itself to me, I'll betray you and use your discoveries to make myself the wealthiest man on the planet. Why... Then why is Dr. Braun even there? Are they like friends? Before the startling eyes of the Volt's henchmen, the awesome matter-condensing rays do their work. In a twinkling of those same eyes, the Colossus' size is reduced to a full fifth, to only 8 feet. And then the 8 feet are halved, and the Colossus is a mere 40 feet in height. But as the statue's height shrinks to 30 feet, stone eyelids snap open to awareness. Stone muscles flex, and the Colossus breaks free. Here's my question. If you had a shrink ray, why did you bother stealing the Colossus? Why didn't you just shrink it down to 8 feet and then just drive away with it? This is the problem with mad geniuses. They often just the obvious completely eludes them. Okay, Dr. Vault, I'm back, and before I'm finished with this place, you're going to wish you never laid eyes on this statue. Yes, it can talk. Yeah, it can talk. It's weird, isn't it? I don't know what a stone statue sounds like. I'm not going to even try and comprehend a voice for it. But yeah, never mind that. Look at how it tosses those machines around. It's as strong as ever. We've got to get out of here, away from that thing. Your master plan is a flaw, Dr. Vault. The Colossus body is already occupied by human intelligence. Oh, but this changes nothing. In fact, now that I know for certain that these statues can support a human mind, my determination to possess that body has increased. Quickly, men, detonate the emergency explosives. What? What? Are you going to bring a mountain down on him? He is. I was too confident. They sealed me inside the cavern. Unless I happen to be in the body of a giant 100-foot tall titan. This seems to be some kind of sea lock. If only I could figure out how it worked. If only you were in the body of a 100-foot tall super powerful titan. Guards that cave with your lives, Dr. Braun, and I shall return, and this time be ready for that walking Colossus, no matter what. I'm beginning to dislike this job more and more every minute. Yeah, I wasn't hired to take on any giants. I'm leaving while I can. But then look! Oh, that's cool! Him coming out of the water like that, that's a neat drawing. Did you really think your explosives could stop the Colossus? Run! Run! You gotta tell me! We're in the clear. That lumbering statue will never catch this baby. But then Blackie, behind us. His name is Blackie? God. Cripes, that thing can fly. He's flying right by us. It's so funny. He has giant underwear. I love it. Oh, man. I love it. Mwah. After all that Zemnu, this is quite a palate cleanser. Why? Because one of your pals isn't the bundle of courage you are? He's driving like a maniac. If he reaches the resort near the old beach church, he could kill somebody. With a little screech screech and a crash and a boom. It's it. It. What's this it business? Worry about it later. The resort's going to go up in flames. Come on, it. The living Colossus, you can save the resort. I'm too late. Never mind. You can't save the resort. Save the kids. Look at mommy, daddy. Easy, kids. I'm here to help you. Daniel, the resort's on fire. Oh my God, the kids are there alone. Bad parents. What? If you're on the bottom floor and the kids are all on the top, well, I guess, I don't know. They're safe in the hotel room. I don't know, whatever. My babies. That must be it. The thing the guy was talking about when he crashed. He's enormous. The police are here. Look at him. He's running from the police. He's like, oh, what are they going to do? Arrest you? God, I'd like to see the cuffs that put him into fucking custody. I'd like to see the officer who puts him in the back of the squad car. I can't take a chance on them asking too many questions. I'd better get out of here. Hey, don't let him get away. I can't seem to get up the energy to fly. I feel kind of dizzy, and then crash and smash. Oh, he can only do it for a certain amount of time. All right, that makes sense. You always got to limit the power. I couldn't remain in the Colossus any longer. It must be some sort of time limit. That's how long my mind can stay out of my own body. But that doesn't matter now. What matters is I'm no longer helpless. If danger threatens, I can call on the power of the Colossus. And I've a hunch that could mean a lot to the world in the months to come. But, and danger may be much closer than Bob O'Brien realizes at the old beach church. Tell me if you guys recognize this character. It hasn't moved. What's happening? It beats me. Let the experts figure it out. Interesting. The master will wish to learn of this creature. For if the Colossus does indeed walk the earth once more, he must be destroyed. In the next issue, where fly the gargoyles? Where are they flying? I don't know. Do you guys know? I'll tell you where they're flying. Oh, you know what? I'm not even going to tell you where they're flying. I'm not even going to do it. I'm not going to do it. If you guys are really fans of comic books, if you're really fans of this channel, you would know who these gargoyles are, and you would know exactly where he's flying off to. Go check out the Giant Monster playlist. You'll see him. He's in there. You can't miss him. He's huge, and he's also made of stone. Anyway, what do you guys think about this? This is neat. This is neat. I love it. I love the bright colors. I love the artwork. I love the Silver Age campiness of it. It's good. It's good. I'm really happy that I started this series, that I was able to find this one. I got all 4 of them too, so we're good to go. We're gonna run through all of them, and I tell you right now, it does go to some pretty crazy places, including stone gargoyles from Saturn 6 or some shit. Anyway, Gorgola, by the way, he's gonna go meet with Gorgola, the king of the gargoyles. Go watch Gorgola. Do that before I upload the second issue, okay? You need to know who Gorgola is. He's the giant gargoyle monster in the Giant Monsters playlist. Go watch that. But anyway, that's it for this comic book. If you like reading this comic book, you want to read more comics with me, like this video, subscribe to the channel. Until next time, nerds, stay heroic.